Good morning, everyone. It's another extraordinary day. It is Thursday. I have to look at my watch to tell me what day it is. It's Thursday, May 3rd. Here's the thing. It's an extraordinary day, whether I know what the date is or not, but it's Thursday. It's May 30th, 2024. It's 9 a.m., which means it is time for our mindful moment. I'm Dr. Jonathan Zenz. I am the senior minister here at Unity of Tucson, and the mindful moment is an opportunity we take every single weekday, right first thing in the morning, 9 a.m., to join together for some spiritual practice. And I do this on a consistent and regular basis because what I have found is that a consistency in my spiritual practice has enhanced the quality of my life. And so that's what we're here to do. Whether you're watching live or on the replay, I would love for you to post a comment. Let me know you're here. Reach out, say hello. Just type hi, 2 letters, and a return, 2 letters. That's all you have to do. I love to know that people are watching. So thank you for checking in and saying hello and reaching out. I, of course, will offer my reminder to you, which is this: you are love, you are light, you are life, you are magnificent. How does that feel? How does that feel? Do you feel like you can get behind those words and live them fully as the sense of your own identity? You know, when I say you are, what follows that is my understanding of your identity. You are love, light, life, magnificence itself flowing forth into expression. That's how I see you. And today is a little bit about how do you see yourself? How do you approach life? You know, a lot of the New Thought philosophy is a call to each and every one of us to open up to determining how we approach life. So today, what I really want to talk about is, what is your initial thought around the experience of relating to your circumstances? What is your initial thought around that? You may be saying, well, what do you mean by that? Well, what I mean by that is, you know, when we enter into any situation, when we enter into any circumstance, we have a thought about that. We have a belief about that that is leading us into that circumstance. It can be a thought of fear. If we were moving into a circumstance that feels like it should be fearful, we may have a thought of, you know, compassion. If it is a circumstance where that might be the experience that we are looking to undergo. But there are kind of global, here's what I'm talking about. There are global approaches we have to how we enter into any circumstance. Now, my question to you is, do you enter circumstances thinking that they are the best possible circumstances? Or do you enter circumstances thinking that they are the not so best? I don't want to say worst, but that they're not so good, that there's something to be feared in that there's something to be considered, you know, with a wary eye. How do you approach life? There's a graphic that I've started seeing pop up today on Facebook from a lot of my colleagues. And it's getting shared around a lot. And it's not the first time that I've seen it shared. I've seen it shared before, but it basically says, it has a word. It says pronoia, and then it has a definition, something along the lines of approaching life with the idea that everything is working in your favor, that everything is working out perfectly. It is the opposite of paranoia. And so that's kind of what I'm talking about. Do you live life with pronoia or something else? Do you live from the point of view that everything is always flowing forth, working in your favor? What would life be like if that were the only idea you ever considered, that everything is always working out in your favor? Well, as I talk about the habits of mind, we can develop a habit of everything is always working out in my favor. It's actually looking to a core belief system, a premise upon which all of our life is based, and saying, I choose this. And we can choose that. We can absolutely choose that. It does take, you know, perhaps repetition as part of the joyful work that we can do in spiritual practice. But I'm going to invite you to consider today, just today alone, what if you approach every experience and circumstance in life today alone, just saying, everything today works out in my favor. Everything, no matter what. There is no exception to that. Everything is working out perfectly in my favor today. How might your life unfold if that is the consciousness that you bring to every situation? And you're always bringing your consciousness to situations. That's the nature of creation within each and every one of us. We are the creators of our lives, and creation is led by consciousness. And so how will you choose to be today? I'm choosing to be pronoid as opposed to paranoid. I'm going to be pronoid today. Everything is always working out in my favor. Let that be a practice just for today. I can decide if I want to continue the practice tomorrow or the next day or the next day or the next day. But today, in this moment, I choose pronoia. Let's take that into our affirmative prayer practice. If it is safe and comfortable for you to close your eyes, I invite you to do so. As I often say, I choose to close my eyes as it invites me to turn the attention to the inner life. As I turn my attention to the inner life, the seat of consciousness, the magnificent place from which all creation of my life flows forth, I am open to a recognition of the thoughts, the beliefs, and the feelings that are all active. I have an awareness. And for those which exist below the level of awareness, I have a willingness to bring them to the level of awareness so that they may be addressed perfectly, easily, and effortlessly from the point of view of good. This is rooted in a deep understanding that there is only one power, one presence, one infinite source, one creator. There is God and nothing else. God, the principle of creation, the love energy at the core of all that is. And all that is the outflow of this love energy. There is nothing that is not God. Everything, everything, everything is divine. For we are spiritual beings, each and every one of us, living in a spiritual universe. Every aspect of the universe is spiritual, is spirit unfolding. And we are empowered through a law of cause and effect that says yes, a spiritual law that says yes to whatever we impress upon it. And so I choose in this moment to impress upon it the idea that there is good in every situation, and every situation, every circumstance, every experience that unfolds for me and for each and every one of us is good, productive, forward-moving, evolutionary, joyful, magnificent. I let this be my nature in every moment, and I choose it in this moment, and in this moment, and in this moment, for I know that the unfoldment of my life is a moment-by-moment experience. And so I needn't worry about what happens tomorrow or the next week or 10 years from now. I choose in this moment to establish myself in the good. I establish myself in the good, and I hold firm that this is so for each and every one of us, that we are each and every one of us in our own unique, perfect way, establishing ourselves in the good, because we are the good. This is our identity. And so with a breath, with a joyful breath, I trust in the unfoldment, knowing that this day unfolds magnificently, for that is its nature. And with gratitude and appreciation for this day, for this knowing, for this unfoldment, I simply let it be. I trust, I know, and affirm it as so, by saying, and so it is. Amen. And so it is. Always a delight to share this time with you. Thank you for joining me. I will see you again tomorrow at 9 a.m. for the Mindful Moment. Just as a reminder too, Saturday, this coming Saturday here at Unity of Tucson, 10 a.m. Sophia, Sisters of Faith in Action, our women's group, for those who are women or identify as women, joins together here in Harmony Hall for a couple hours of discussion, spiritual practice, all kinds of stuff that they have going on. I know that they are speaking about Reiki practices this weekend. So if that is of interest to you, please join them 10 a.m. right here at Unity of Tucson in Harmony Hall. Also in Harmony Hall, 6 p.m. on Saturday is Dance Zen, hosted by our very own Sherry Hoffman. Sherry guides you through the practice of free-form movement. You don't have to be a dancer. You just have to have a willingness to move your body in whatever way suits you best. So come check it out. See what it's all about, because it's what's happening. You're what's happening. We're what's happening. And I'm grateful. All right. Peace and blessings to you. We'll see you soon. Bye, everybody.